Oracle reporting second quarter earnings just moments ago. The stock is down about 8%. Want to note they did not give guidance in the release. They never do. That comes on the call. Joining us now is Jefferies senior analyst Brent Thill. Brent, how much of a concern, particularly, is this revenue number and all of these business lines, maybe except for hardware? What could they say on the call that would change sentiment about this?
Hey, John. Yeah, it was a revenue miss. Q1 was soft. Q2 soft again. OCI, which is their cloud infrastructure business, which competes against AWS, was 52% growth. The street wanted to see over 55% growth. And last quarter, they did 66. So top line miss, infrastructure miss. I think Google, Microsoft, and Amazon are gaining share. So it's definitely concerning. We'll have to see what they say on the call. And they've said that they don't expect AI revenue till mid next year, which is implying that to many that their infrastructure isn't ready for these AI workloads. So I think there's a lot of open questions. We're going to have to get a better answer here coming up on the call.
At the same time, though, Brent, we're starting to see application players, ServiceNow, Microsoft, others that are rolling out AI-enhanced offerings now. Does that mean Oracle is behind? Are they just talking about revenue recognition in a different way? Is it too early to gauge how much relative benefit Oracle might get out of AI in 24?
Oracle's behind. There's no question, right? They're behind in cloud, which makes them behind in AI. So if you think about what's happening in Amazon, Microsoft, right? They have the infrastructure to then do the workloads on AI, and Oracle's still trying to convince their customers to move to their cloud. So while they're behind, we do think Oracle has a shot in the capability to be one of many in a multi-cloud world, right? It's not going to just be Amazon. It could be Amazon and Oracle or Amazon and Microsoft. Unfortunately, they're a rounding error relative to the overall equation. And what you've seen out of Amazon, good numbers, Microsoft, good numbers. Now you have two bad quarters in the effectively the wave of AI is about to hit, tells you that those customers may not be moving as quickly to Oracle. I believe they're moving to Amazon and Microsoft, and those are our two best ways to play this. Oracle will benefit, but not at the same magnitude of those other two.
I mean, for Oracle specifically, how much of this is going to be and I realize that they're on their own fiscal reporting schedule, so I'll say a calendar 2024 year. I ask this because the commentary in this release from Safra Catz that as a measure of the demand for generative AI services and cloud infrastructure, that remaining performance obligations climbed to over $65 billion, that exceeded annual revenue. And then commentary here from Larry Ellison about the fact that they're working to expand their existing cloud data centers. So I wonder how much of this is that they're in this investment phase, to your point, versus realizing the actual monetization of that process, and if so, what that means in terms of permanent loss of market share versus delayed loss of market share.
Well, remember, Oracle's been losing market share in cloud for a long time, so this isn't necessarily new. And backlog is a measure of committed contracts, but at some point, you know, they're not going to be able to sell that because they can't recognize revenue. So, I mean, at this point, I just say that I think overall what we're dealing with is the same thing we saw in cloud. Oracle was late. They caught on. There's two leaders, and the others are growing. I mean, put this in perspective, how big these other companies are and their growth rates. They're still, I mean, Oracle just grew, 4%, and the rest of the industry is growing at double digit, and they're multiple times the size. That basically tells you that they're behind. So,
Brent, quickly, do you keep a buy rating on the stock then?
Yeah, I mean, we think, again, in a multi-cloud world, they're going to benefit. This is more of a value, cheaper way to play it. There's not as many people invested in this as Amazon and Microsoft. So we think they will benefit. Stocks worked pretty well year to date, but certainly is going to give some up on this. And it's been two, disappointing quarters back to back. So you can't sugarcoat that. It's going to be down tomorrow.